Hey there, guys. Let's check in on Tracy and see if she's still asking for donations for this van, or is she just gonna roll out of there eventually without the van?
Hello, everybody. Hello. The house is torn up, so I've dumped everything out. I'm gonna go through all of the van and sort it out again. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, hi, honey. Hi, welcome back. Come on. Come on. Yeah, it's okay. I know. You want your pillow. I don't know how you're gonna do that while I'm cleaning, though. She comes in and lays an egg. She's telling me about it right now. Like, I need my pillow. I want to lay this egg. Oh, man. And she's going to scream while she's doing it, huh? You look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. But I'm still holding on. You should go and love yourself. Are you telling me you're getting your spot? You gonna lay with Bella? Bella does not like this. She's not liking the whole that this chicken wants to lay in bed with her. The little snap on this shirt isn't very good. Hi, Kimmy. See, my hair thing is coming off. But we were doing those markets for a few days, and then yesterday I had the grandkids all day while she still had one more market to do. And so I was over at their place all day, so I haven't been out here yet to clean up from all the crafting mess that I was doing trying to do a market with her, or get some things in her market. I did end up making like $20. So I need to keep going and figure out a better craft. Hi, Chicky. Hi, Chicky. But today I'm going to get my life back in order because I can't handle my life being a mess like this. The chicken, yeah. If I have the door open, she's coming in. That's just how it is. After she ends up settling down and lays her egg, then she'll go away and I don't see her the rest of the day. She might be in here yelling at me because I had an egg today. But I've got to get my life in order. It's a bit of a mess in here. Hi, Joe from PA. Uh-oh, I hear one of the hawks. Hawks are not a good thing to hear when you have chickens out roaming around. Man, my hair is screaming. I got a few clean laundries over here I need to put away. I did some laundry yesterday. Oh my goodness, you're gonna have to quiet. I'm on live here, do you mind? But you're too loud about it. The level of insanity it is to live with a chicken. Okay. Yeah, I thought maybe I could start like making it look like a house in here, and that'll help manifest it to come along nicely. And if it did start coming along, I think I would like the bed to already be in here before I leave. You traveled for 1 year? Yeah. Stop! You're being way, that's ridiculous. Oops. It's not really the traveling that is what I do, that I like to do. It's the part where I get to meet people and hear their stories. No, it's not fixed. Absolutely not. I made $20. And that doesn't count what I spent to invest in it. Stop this. I spent so long living in hell. They say my lifestyle is bad for my health. Dang chicken. You're gonna drive me crazy, chickie. I think my best part is whenever I get to meet somebody that's just at the end of their rope. Okay, you're gonna have to go. You're too loud today. Nope. You gotta go. Go on. Outside. Take it outside. That's your outside voice. When I get to meet somebody and they're at their end of their rope and it's just like despair. It's no other word, just despair. It's the point where you start to just give up and that it'll never come together. Go on. Go on. And you can sit there and hang out for a while and there's no deadline on when you have to leave, and you can kind of share energy through the stories that you've lived, and it helps pick up that just a little spark of hope. It can cure despair. So if you also have these stories that you've been through and that you've been struggling and that you're still here, that you're still pushing and you're not going to give up, that nothing's going to make you give up. And then they start to get in that heart set too, that they don't want to give up. It's not that you want to give up. It's that you don't see a glimmer of hope forward. All right, Chickie. Go on. Do it outside. Yeah, I miss that. I miss running into people that you can influence just by the stories that you share together, or that moment that a stranger took time out of their day and out of their life to just sit and talk to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, but see, it wasn't really for everyone else in the beginning. I was doing it because I was lost and I didn't know where to turn or what to do with everything I had been through, or where to go next. What was the next step and how to do it without following those that looked like they had things figured out there on the road, and maybe their influence wasn't the influence that a person that is kind of giving up and losing that hope. What are you doing, Cluck Cluck? Do I need to make you a platform? But it was that reflection that we could just sit there and talk about the different things each of us had went through and spend just some time that had nothing that was needed from either one of us, just to, have a person to talk to without any kind of requirements. I miss that because that's what helped me heal. It's what helped me process the things I had gone through and that I didn't know what to do next. And I learned that when I would bump into somebody, their story would trigger a story with me, and then we were just in the middle of conversation. And it was healing to not just them, but to me too. Even things I had forgotten about and put it behind me, like I never have to deal with that again, came up, and we ended up talking about things like that. I don't travel alone. I have a partner. This is Bella. Bella is 10 years old, and she's been my partner for 10 years now. I do enjoy, I look at my van like having an apartment on the road, so I like to bump into people in their space. I like to have a place where I can invite people in, if it's storming or something, and we can sit and talk or make a dinner together. But I don't really care so much for not knowing somebody and living with them in the same space. I don't like that very much at all. I don't like to share my space with somebody I don't know yet. It makes me more comfortable that I am building this space to have a safe spot for me and those that I want to entertain in my apartment. But that doesn't mean that I'm inviting anybody to move in.
So she doesn't like to stay with people she doesn't know. She doesn't like to invite them into her space to stay, but she sure has went into other people's spaces and stayed, and that wasn't a problem. That's a little backwards.
That's what I'd like to move up to next, is a little RV so it comes with a sink and a toilet, maybe a shower. And a bed wouldn't be nice, but I'm working on putting a bed in here. I found the frame for it. I just gotta cut up some wood and get it fixed in here. But $20 isn't gonna get the insulation I need to put in the wall before I go closing it in with a bed in front of it. Hi, Bonnie. Yes, it is a van. It's got the high top on it. It was a handicap accessible van, and it had a ramp in it in the beginning. And my daughter had bought it for her and her daughter to live in. And then when she moved in the house after my son's neck got broken, um, he was in an accident and he became a quadriplegic. So after that, the van kind of was running rough and it got parked, and it's been parked for, when they showed up, my granddaughter was 2. And so it hasn't ran since my granddaughter was 2, and she just turned 9 around Easter. I'm a hippie. I don't know about that. Oh, it's not anything. It'll feel like a pinch and like it's too full for maybe a day or two, but it actually works quite quickly, the shots do. You'll have some swelling before that, but they work pretty quickly. I don't know. I don't like the classifications because that also makes it sound like I wouldn't do a very good job as a representative in our changing times that we're having. I don't want to classify myself as just one thing. I'm a multitude.
to 6 months. Your treatment is 100% personalized to your hair goals. It comes at an affordable price that works for your budget. So you can step.
I don't want to call it a politician because I think they're doing it wrong, and I don't want to study those that are doing it wrong. I think we need people that actually stand on integrity, that would do right by the people and not just themselves and their own family, that they would prosper the people that are paying into the system that upholds all the things going on, including the governmental paychecks going on. Thank you so much, Billy. So I believe that Mom didn't stop when my children became of 18 age and moved out or started their family. It's just a different path, a bigger path that doesn't just help my children and my grandchildren. They don't need a whole lot of my help. Not here anyway, but if we go out there and we make these things that we didn't like change, then we help all of our future generations of children to come to not have to go through the same things we did. So I'm just being Mom on a bigger scale. I did the checkbook in the house and balanced it, and I think the government's full of BS right now, and they're not spending it very wisely. And I budget shop, and I don't know why they're not doing that. When you spend somebody else's money, of course, you get the things that they like most, but I think what the people like is long-lasting for the right price and not just these big prices because it's your brother-in-law's company. We should probably look around a little. We're full of industries. We should shop around. Whenever I get a small RV and upgrade out of this van, I would love to be able to take a few people with me, like one at a time. And y'all got to leave the expense books and stuff back at the house and do it the way, just traveling people and experience it. Get to meet everybody at the level that we're living on. I wasn't always traveling. I did choose traveling over staying in a situation that made me hate me. And I did choose to be on the road rather than be in a house with chandeliers. But I spent 10 years doing that way, and it made me not like me, and I needed to work on myself to better like myself and not have somebody tearing me down by running around with every loose screw in town. Today I want to work on the van a little bit because everything that's kind of hanging in the van is dark. It's really dark materials and stuff, and I'm trying not to get brought down by all the darkness going on in the world, and I'm trying to pull together enough knowledge to impart on others that may heighten their elevation rather than lower them into despair. And I myself need to stay out of that also, so I'm going to kind of brighten it up in here and see if that doesn't help with the mood change whenever I wake up in the mornings. And also try to keep it covert enough to not be recognized on the road as a traveler. So we'll see if I can do that without looking like it's a hippie van on the road. I hate being targeted whenever you're just driving around from one place to another, minding your own business, but you look like a traveler, so that's probably who we need to pull over today. Oh, I do like that song. Why did you pause? But I found these pink sheer curtains, and I would like the pink on the inside towards the van, towards the living area. But I need to make it darker behind, the facing outside of the van. So it looks like I might have some stitching and sewing I need to get done to have a different look on the outside than what's on the inside. I also got these rope lights, and they were just at one of those resale shops, and I got some rope lights, but they take the plug in. They've got a plug in on it, and I'm in a van, and there's no plug-ins installed in the van. So I'm gonna need to get like a converter, the kind you plug into the cigarette lighter, and then you can use the plug-in on the converter. I need to get one battery just to run the van, and then later I'm going to work on getting a second battery that just runs the back side of the van, and the alternator when I'm driving will charge that up. But that way, if I do happen to kill a battery by running lights and things inside, it's only the accessory battery and not the one that drives the van. But we'll work on that little by little. Right now, I'm kind of mostly concerned about making it brighter in here and building a bed. I need to probably figure out my space and how I'm going to set it up. So hopefully that works out. My van does not have any seats in it yet. See that? The seats fell apart while it was just parked out in a field for 6 years, not running. The rats and mice had eaten all of the lines that went to the tail lights and the brake lights. So all that had to get rewired. See the wiring? But it does run, it does start and go. It needs its own battery. They just keep borrowing one from their car to start it when they're working on it. A lot of the vacuum leaks have been solved now. The wiring's been reran to the back lights, so the tail lights and the brake lights work again. The ignition is, I can't lose the key. I don't need a key to start it. I might need a key for security so I can still lock it. Oh, it says I need to remove the background noise. Got it. I know it's my music that it's trying to remove. But I think I'm gonna work on this today. It shouldn't. I'll be able to pop in and on and off today. It's 1 o'clock right now, and I don't watch the kids again until I think 6. So I've got a few hours to work on this and get it straightened up, and so my mind is not so chaotic in my peaceful spot, in my oasis. I also wrote a 3-page poem. It's never a poem. I just don't like to rap. So, but it's a poem. So I'm writing it for the person that will rap it. Okay, now gotta pray. Who the hell am I? Who the hell am I to expect a savior? If I only talk to God when I need a favor. God, I need a favor. It's here. I'm in it. I'm in the belly of the van. But it just doesn't have seats or a battery. It can't go yet. It's not legal. The tags went out in, I think it was 2018. So, I mean, it needs some work. It needs some work. But it does run, it drives, it's got really bad gas in it from sitting there for 6 years. So the exhaust could knock out an entire forest full of people. This is bad. It smells. So whenever he started it, he's like, we've got to run that out of it. And I'm like, is there any other option? Can we, like, is there a different solution? Like, unplug a hose and drain it into a bucket or something? I don't know. I do think that would work. The pump would just keep pumping it out into the bucket. Just sit there and flip the key. Oh, there's no key. It was so bad. The smell was. I didn't know that gas went bad quite like that, but it's pretty bad. And it doesn't have the doghouse over the engine on the inside right now. So whenever it's running, the exhaust is inside too. I mean, it's like, it's just pretty big. I'm glad to hear it start up and spark up. This van is it's a Ford Econoline, but it's also a Winnebago. So it's a very limited number of vans. See the Winnebago? And it says 2000, Winnebago 2000. So that's just the name of the series. The van is actually a 94. My craft section blew up, so I have got to go through it and figure it out today. Whoa. Yeah, I got to go through it and figure it out today. Look at my little buddy over here.
Over 95 live channels. Never miss a second of your favorite live sports, news, and shows. Go to hulu.com/live-tv.
Look, Bella's. What the hell are you doing with the chicken in here, Mom? That chicken's in my spot. Bella's usually sitting at the foot of the bed whenever I'm not sleeping or laying down. And the chicken took her spot. I need to come back on here after I get my house sorted out and I'm feeling a little bit calmer. Right now, when everything's chaotic, so is my mind. I don't know why I can't calm down. It brings me back to living with my mom, and my mom was a hoarder, and it wasn't conducive of having an organized thought process or a place to adequately calm down. Not to me, anyway. So now whenever mine gets, this will take me not that long to straighten up. Maybe 30, 40 minutes if I sort every ribbon out into drawers. But I can't leave it like that. I definitely feel like that's some of the trauma that is inflicted from our parents that we lived through the repercussion of. We didn't have a choice in the fact then, but now that we're grown up, there's still a reverberated effect that happened because we grew up in that. See my ring? That's new. It matches my earring. My granddaughter got it for me at the fair. She's like, I'm gonna get me a ring, Grandma. And I was like, okay, are you getting Grandma one? She just bought her mom a flower, a little plant that grows into a flower. And she's like, yes. And then we went around looking for something for her father figure here, and we just kind of walked around together. It was a good time. It gave me a break from having to sit at the booth. All right, I'm gonna jump off here, and I'll come back on when my space is so cleaned up. Hopefully I'll be able to just start stapling things and decorating whenever I'm on live there, and that way I can ask questions like, does this go with this thing? We're gonna make it cheery and happy in here, and that way if I invite somebody in, the vibe is the right vibe, you know, to spark hope and us just hanging out and chilling and talking. That's what I want to use this for. It's gonna be my friendly therapy booth without the therapists. We'll just talk. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you a little bit later. Oh, if you want to help donate, I do accept donations. All the donations right now are going to either fixing the van or getting craft things to be able to make stuff to sell to get money for the van. You know, things like that. If you need receipts, go ahead and tell me about it. But it is a donation, so please be reasonable. Oh, well, that's awesome. And if you're out there and you don't know how to get a hold of me here on TikTok, I would like to leave you a shout out. And if you come over to TikTok and look up Tracy's New Hope, you can join me directly and not have to go around me. Come over and say hi. I know, they're not always my biggest fans. It's not my problem. That's their problem. I make my content off of my own likeness and my own intellectual product. So if they're stealing that, that does give me a whole bunch more later down the road as people come forward and say where to go, because your IP address is always a sure sign of who you are. Yeah, I know that technology thing is gonna get you.
So, let's inform Tracy that no one is stealing her intellectual content, okay? This is very much legal to do, okay? And I don't know what she's talking about. It gives her more later. And I have never not put her channel name. Anyone is free to look at her channel name and go over to her channel, support, call her out, do whatever you want. I'm just putting it out here to say, hey, look at this person. What is she doing? Oh, Lord. I mean, Tracy is not monetized. She is not copyrighted. And even if she was, fair use still applies to even some copyrighted items. So, there's that, Miss Tracy.
But until then, here we go. I'm advertising. So I'm Tracy, and I've lived a lot of different lifestyles. Right now, I've been homeless for the past year, and I was in a backpack and dragging a suitcase with wheels. And before that, I've also been a mom and a housewife, and I've worked many jobs, built airplanes, worked at Walmart, Goodwill, all of the things. And so now that I've gotten to know the people down here and know that a lot of their stories aren't that they're homeless by choice or because they got on some kind of product. And a lot of the disabled people here was that they fell through the cracks of life because a lot of them are completely, clearly, if you interact with them, disabled. And so I'm out here trying to be a voice of the people for the people. And so thank you for coming out there and promoting my work.
I love when she says she's a voice for the people. How? How are you a voice for the people? What are you doing to help anyone but yourself? I don't understand. I've never once, almost a year now, well, about 9 months that I've seen her, never once heard her advocate or do anything for anyone other than her and Bella. So I don't know what people she's a representative for. Not one time have I heard this. Actually representing for anyone. And if you guys have, please put it in the comments. If I'm wrong and you have seen her or heard her be a representative for anyone, please drop it in the comments.
And I would love to keep this platform going since I've been working on it for 3 years with my own content, able to gather this many people to watch me and follow me because I hold your creative thoughts while I'm out here showing you through a glass house mirror that this is how life is. I take you along with me on my journey, and y'all get to see the actual reality of life and not just what you're told in these storybooks. Truth. Honest, integral truth. This is my job, honey. This is what I created. If you put your time and dedication into something, is that not your creation? This is my creation. And you just came in here to tell me somebody else is making an entire another platform off of my creation. And you want to tell me I'm not doing enough work? Right now, I have heard how many creative platforms I am holding down right now. Now, I'm not seeing the profit of it. That comes later. Sometimes I do. Sometimes people decide that they want to donate. You seem capable. You know what? Your mouth seems to overload your time.
See how she goes from Miss Smiley, Peachy, Lala to Miss Evil in just like a flip of a switch? Yeah, this is the real one you're seeing right here.
Here, getting to know people. And your thought process means that you don't know what a job is. Oh, yours is only if you're bringing home the check, not during the time that you're working your butt off and investing in it.
I love when people say, this is my job. I have built this platform. Yes, you have followers, but if you notice how many people are in her live at one time, that's what you're holding down. Okay? Not the 1,000, 5,000, 7,000 followers that you have. It's how many's in your life consistently every time you go live, right? That's number one. Two, if this was your job, right? Okay? You would be monetized and being paid by TikTok, right? TikTok Shop, TikTok Affiliate, TikTok Creator Program, right? You wouldn't be sitting on TikTok going live asking for donations. That's not how TikTok works. TikTok, you don't get paid on TikTok by asking for donations, right? As a matter of fact, it's in the guidelines that you're not supposed to be asking for payments outside of TikTok. Gifts. Your revenue is supposed to come through TikTok, not to a pay app. So, remember that. That's not being paid by TikTok.
So the investment period of your work does not count for anything? It does. It does. Your small-mindedness does not limit me, though. Have a nice day. Anyway, if anybody would like to donate to my platform and to us getting back on the road, back on the journey, and everybody getting to follow us, then please go right up there to that picture of my likeness, and you can find the information in my bio to donate directly to me, or you can go right up there, or I think that for y'all it's down there on the stickers. Stickers on TikTok pay out on every Wednesday. The time is collected on every Sunday. And so those stickers do help us. We get about 40-something% of the revenue from it. I don't remember. I think it's 45 or 44, something like that. But if you would like to donate to the platform and keep us going, get us on the road, this time in a little apartment in safety, then please do donate. And if not, I have posted up on my story time my daughter's jewelry, and she does wire wraps. So if you'd like to purchase something for that money, she definitely has that stuff. So thank you very much for being here. I'll be back later. Right now, I'm going to get some of this housework taken care of. You're not making money, you're begging. I am not begging. I am not begging. I left the option there. Am I here crying and breaking your heart? No. No, I'm not. I am being honest, and I am telling people that this is an investment, that this is what I am making, is this platform, and that I come out with truth. Those who have been here know that. Those who have not been here are getting to know that or jumping to an assumption. Thank you so much. All right, I love you guys, and I will be back in a little bit.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have a good day, and I'll catch you on the next one.